Okay. So you want to create a web to lead form and you're thinking about lead conversion, which is great because you need to begin with the end in mind. There are many considerations when developing your lead record and what fields you're going to be using and how those will be treated during lead conversion. A lot of people don't understand how lead conversion works, and a lot of it is locked down. It's kind of like a black box. There's lots we can do in Salesforce, but this particular area is a place where we're kind of left to what we're allowed to do, and we have truly no other options. So I'm going to bring in a visual here for a moment. This is an Excel document I created and is available upon request. And it's basically just salesforce.com lead conversion considerations. And I want to focus on this visual right here. Let's see if I can make it a little bigger for you. I refer to the lead object. Oh, let me make sure I said that right. The leads are the left side of the house. Everything else is the right side of the house. And there's literally a firewall in between the two. And there's no seeing data on both sides of the walls. And anybody who tries to run campaign reports would know that because campaigns can include both leads and contacts, which makes life very difficult for your marketer. But if we look at the lead form and we see on my lead record, I have all these fields: company name, industry, website, salutation, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of like this mashup of all this stuff. During lead conversion, those fields will map to one object or another. The only objects we can map to are account, contact, opportunity. For what's on the screen, we have what happens at lead conversion, company name, industry, website, go to the account. Most of the other fields will go to the contact, and very few fields will go to the opportunity. During the lead conversion process, if you do create an opportunity, you can give it an opportunity name. But let's focus on the contact because that's where I find the most angst, because the documentation and training materials do not detail the level, the incredible number of caveats that one needs to consider when creating their lead record. And so I'm going to go through this next part of the Excel document in a moment. But I just want, for those of you who are system admins and don't navigate around Salesforce a lot, I want to revert back to Salesforce for a quick moment so you can get familiar with where we are and go under App Setup, wherever it may be in your left-hand navigation. We all have this. Under Customize, I'm going to go to Leads and then look at the sub-menu for leads called Fields. And these top fields are standard, meaning we all have them when we first turn on Salesforce. And then I have some custom fields down here. So now that I provided that orientation, the one I want to point out is product A versus product B. This is the best two fields to look at to see the differences and just how pronounced the issues are that we have to consider before we start configuring anything on our lead. Product A is a custom field, and I have chosen to use a checkbox format. Is a checkbox field, let me back up a moment. When you convert a lead and you have an existing contact, so you have a NetAble lead and you have a NetAble contact, and you want to append the new details on this lead to the existing NetAble contact record, the only data that will come over on the contact detail will be those fields that are currently blank on the contact. Let me say it again. The only fields that will come over from the lead detail to your contact detail when it's an existing contact will be those fields that are blank on the contact. So if my lead had a title of president and my contact's title was blank, that president value would come over to the contact during lead conversion. Issue, caveat, for product A, a checkbox field, to us it looks blank, it's not checked, But technically, a checkbox field is either a 0 or a 1. So when it's blank, it's a 0. Salesforce sees that as being populated. So it will never convert that lead and bring over that checkbox, positive or negative, or checked or unchecked, to that contact record. Because technically, the contact record, even when it's blank, is 0. We're going to stop there and pick up in our next lesson.